think Julie and Mabels Labels are an important contribution to the conversation because Mabels Labels and Julie Cole herself are a fantastic example of the fusion of a personal brand and a business brand, and using a personal brand to really make a business brand accessible. Next to Julie, we have Janice Croze, who is one half of a sister duo who founded 5 Minutes for Mom. 5 Minutes for Mom is a collaborative site. Janice is based in BC, which is where I was born and raised, so I have a soft spot for that. They have writers from all over North America, not just Canadians. They cover a number of topics, specific 5 minutes for special needs, which I think is huge that they have to devote part of their content to that. They do a fabulous job of bringing women together, providing a space for women, especially for moms, to talk about the stuff they want to talk about, and to talk about it in a really useful, high-on-takeaway kind of way. You go to 5 Minutes for Mom and you're going to learn something. There's information there. You're going to be supported and empowered, and you're going to learn something and take something away. You probably all know Erica Ehm right beside me here. Erica Ehm is Erica Ehm of Erica Ehm Awesome Inc. And also the founder of the fantabulous and recent Canadian Web Blog Awards collaborative blog winner, the Yummy Mom Club. Woo! And Erica is an important, I would even say necessary participant in this conversation because Erica has done something really interesting in taking a very, very strong, really recognizable personal brand, and really lovable and accessible personal brand, and using it to create a space to make a collaborative brand, to build a community that's branded as a community, and then within that community create a space for individual women, all awesome women, I'm sure you know many of them, to build their own personal brands therein. So it's a fantastic example of really empowered, layered brand building that I think is really a fantastic example of how those of us who've already built brands and are continuing to boost existing brands can use that power to empower other women to do the same thing. So welcome, you guys.
Thank you. And you.
Oh, and myself. In my notes, it actually says they're lovely things. Janice, Julie, awesome, 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 awesome. Me, hot mess. Which is actually not true, and then I actually scratched it out, so I thought that's not true. I am Catherine Connors. I'm the host of Blissdom Canada, although I am entirely dependent on the success of this with my amazing, team of Blissdom, big Blissdom as we call it. Allie and Barb and Paula, without whom if I did not have my relationship with them, and if they had not had, the faith in me, and my faith in Canada to bring this here, we wouldn't be having these conversations today. So there's the Blissdom hat, and then there's my, most of you probably know me as Her Bad Mother, herbadmother.com, and the Bad Moms Club, tutus for Tanner. And I have to thank Karma over there in the corner for saying, you should just put on that tutu for the branding session. Just go for it. And like I said, I crossed out hot mess because I thought, it's easy to be self-deprecating, and I will say that part of my brand is being self-deprecating, but I think I actually have a pretty good brand, and I pay very close attention to my brand. And I like talking about branding, because I think it's so important to pay close attention to your brand. So those of you out there that think, oh my gosh, I am a hot mess, you can make your hot mess a brand, and we'll talk about that. So again, we wanted to talk about the hows and whys and wherefores and whithers of branding. But we want to get started by talking about why build a brand. And we want to talk about it in the context of not just demystifying, because I think we all think we know what a brand is, but taking away some of the icky square coats away from brand, so that we can try to get to a place where we can talk about brand without cringing or putting up our fingers and going, oh, I know people don't like this word, but let's talk about brand. So why don't we just jump in, and we can start with Julie, and talk about whether or not, and if you were really aware at the beginning of your brand building exercise, what decisions went into that, if there were any, and how did you get started and go forward with building both your personal brand and the very awesome Mabels Labels brand?
Right. Well, we kind of knew from the get-go that we kind of understood branding. We understood that it was important to do it right from the beginning. I would say that the cornerstone to any good brand is a quality product and exceptional service. And once you have that, it makes the whole brand building a lot easier. And I think that's applicable for any products and any blog when we talk about content, right? You have to have good content first and foremost. So we were very confident in our product. We knew early on that if we had a logo that we liked, if we had a color palette, if we had a tagline, if we had this sort of toolbox of things we could draw from, then it would be easier when we go to create material. We would be reinventing the wheel, and it would be contributing to our look, and it would be contributing to who we are. So that's in the early stages. But actually, as we've grown, as we've developed,